Hello friends, Heidi here from Rain Country. God is good all the time, and I'm here today for some more plastic-free, reusable food storage ideas. Well, mostly one new one, but I'm also going to talk about some that I've talked about in other plastic-free related videos, just to show you all the options. But just in case you've missed some of my other videos about plastic-free food storage ideas, I'll go ahead and cover a few more that I've already done so that you can see some of the various options you have. So let's start off with the new item that I just got from Magda over at Cocoa Stripes. Now, Magda is a great lady, US-based business, small business. I hooked up with her a year or so ago because of a follower that directed me to her website, because she has these great silicone bags in there. So many of you have heard me talk about them several times. They come in 4 different colors. They come in the gray or clear, and the red, the blue, and the green, and she's always carried the 2 different sizes. Now this would be the small right here, and this one here is considered large. But the large, the only thing was the large wasn't large enough for some things. Some of us really like to have those gallon-sized bags too. So a new item that she's going to start carrying, which was one of the ones I was going to mention, and she sent me a sample of, is the gallon-sized bags. It's got a little B right here. So I was really thrilled to see now that we can get the 1 gallon sized silicone bags, because I've had to use some other types that are reusable, so they do replace the plastic Ziploc, but they're not as safe as the silicone. So I was thrilled to see this. So before I continue on, I want to share real quick that I had reached out to Magda a while back just to verify that she was a US-based business, and then I did buy some of her products right then to get them in and review them. And she, on her own volition, because I didn't ask her this, went ahead and set me up with an affiliate account so that not only when you purchase through those links can I earn a little bit back, but you also can get a discount on the items when you go through that link. So that was really a win-win for all of us that way. That helps boost her business, that helps me earn a little passive income on the side, and it helps you save money on her products as well. So it's just really great. So I wanted to share that right up front because she's been interacting with me all this time, and I want to say a big thanks too from her and from me for all those who've been going through her small US-based business and to support her in that way, as well as getting some great products for your home. So there's the bags. When I look today, the 1 gallon ones are not listed yet, so you might want to just be watching for those, but I wanted to show you that yes, she's going to be getting those in. And then another new product are these little silicone bowl covers. Now they come in a rectangular shape. I think some are square and some are rectangular, and then the round shape. And so she sent me a whole set of the round ones so I could try them out. Again, I was just going to buy them, and she decided to just send them to me. So they come in, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 different ones, each of varying sizes. And so I was sampling them on different bowls that I have, and they're real nice because I was a little unsure how they would work, thinking that all your bowls had to be exactly the same. But the beauty about these things is they do stretch. So one of these can fit a couple of different size and shapes of containers. So this is a rice bowl. Right here I have one, a little dessert or monkey bowl, whatever you want to call it. And here's the smallest one here. I have it over just a regular recycled glass drinking glass. It can also fit over a regular mouth jar like this. Any canning jar with a regular mouth, it'll fit perfectly over that. I mean, not that you can't just use a canning jar or another type of lid, but in case you're low on canning jars, there's an option there. If you're just got a little bit of something in there, you just want to stick it in the fridge. Okay, here's a wide mouth jar here. I haven't tried this yet. So let's see if this will fit on this wide mouth jar. I'm guessing it will be a nice fit. Yeah, that fits pretty good. It's a little bit loose. This size here fits good over your standard cereal bowl like this. And then I got a couple of mixing bowls here with the last 2 largest sizes. Now, there isn't one to fit the next mixing bowl size up, but that's okay. I've got other methods, and I'll talk about that too. But I really like these. They're thin enough that they're easy to stretch and to work with, and they come off easily enough. but they're going to keep your stuff airtight. And you can stack them. They're just a little bit wobbly when you do. Like if you do 2, it's not too bad, but when you start going up a few more, it can get a little wobbly. You might want to not go more than that many high, more than 3 high. And I'm sure with some weight in there, because these are empty, that might help it be more stable. But also remember that you can use plates for your bowls like this. So I found that the medium-sized Pyrex and most medium-sized mixing bowls, the salad plate, I would assume any salad plate, this is Corelle and this is Corelle, can fit over it that way. And if you have it inverted like this, then you can easily stack all kinds of bowls on top of that. So that's another option. Now the benefit over the silicone like this than the plates is the plates can still move around where the silicone is going to stay in place. So just like with anything when you're talking food storage, you're going to have your pros and your cons. So the cons are, though they're strong enough that you can stack stuff on top of it, it's just not very sturdy. Where your plates are going to be sturdy, but the plates can also slide around. And then I was going to say the dessert plate fits perfectly over the smallest mixing bowl. And I didn't bring one out, but if you have the largest mixing bowl, then your regular dinner plates will fit on top of those. So it's really great because you can stack, stack, stack when it comes to that. But I'm really liking these because one thing I don't have are little plates that will fit over bowls like this, or even a glass. Sometimes you pour yourself a glass of something and then decide you can't drink it all. It's nice to have something I can just quickly throw over that, especially something like this where I don't have a canning lid that will fit on it. Then I can just quickly put this little silicone wrap on there to keep whatever fresh in there, and there you go. So that'll work for quite a few different drinking glasses, and I do have it on there crooked, but you get the idea. And then I liked the fact that it did work on a rice bowl, this one here, and I did also try it on the little wooden rice bowl that Patrick makes. I don't usually put anything in the refrigerator with this rice bowl, but sometimes I do. So it is nice having a reusable cover. It's a little bit looser fitting on there, but it's good enough for what I'd need it for. Many different options you can do with these because they do stretch. And like I said, there's 6, and I believe the rectangular set that also has 6 in them. And then another one I want to mention that I've done in the past, I don't use these very much anymore, but I have an old video on making these, and that is your beeswax fabric. Now Magda also sells some of those on her store, but you can make your own as well. So all you need is some cotton cloth, something that's you know is going to be food safe. And then you simply coat it in your beeswax. You got to melt it. So I'll go ahead and link to that very old video down below if you want to see how I did it. But the thing about these is, though they can hold for a little while, if you use them a lot, they will need to be refreshed maybe once a year, maybe once every couple of months, depending on how much you use them. This one here I had made to go over the little monkey bowls like this. When they're freshly waxed, they will actually hold pretty good, but when they've been used quite a bit and they start to soften up, then they need to be refreshed. And also washing them up isn't going to be as easy as washing up the silicone or a plate, but it can still be a good option for something. So here's a bigger one I made right here, and these ones you can tell I don't think they've really been used much since I waxed them, but they will hold their shape to a degree, but they're just not as airtight, which was one of the other reasons I stopped using them, as something like your silicone bag, your canning jars for storing stuff in. I also talk in that last video that I'll link down below about some different glass containers you can get with airtight lids that go on them. I use a lot of those as well, which is why I wasn't really interested in the rectangular shaped ones, because anything I have that's rectangular that I'm going to store food in already has a lid, but not all the round things I have lids. So these little silicone things will be great. So anyway, the wax fabric can be a good option for some. It's just after using it for a couple of years, I decided it just wasn't ideal and started looking at other methods. So again, very rarely gets used. Sometimes I still use it. Like when I was working on that one zucchini, I pulled one out to cover the end of the zucchini just to keep it fresh, but instead of using plastic wrap. So that's kind of the main idea here. We're trying to get away from not just finding more ways to get away from plastic, because even the so-called food safe stuff isn't really all that safe for our food. There's better options like your glass, your stainless steel, your silicone, and more. Silicone isn't the best. The biggest concern you have with silicone is when you heat it up, especially for long periods of time. So I don't recommend cooking with or in silicone, but using it for storage should be pretty safe. And then obviously using beeswax, which is totally food safe on fabric, is definitely going to be a very good food safe way. But then the other thing is too, in the long run, though you may put some investment into these things, a little money into purchasing some of this stuff, or even into making it, the payoff over time is that you're not having to keep buying Ziploc bags that may only be good for one use. I used to wash out Ziploc bags and reuse them a lot, but now it seems like they only are good for one use anyway, and then they're toast. So you're just better off going ahead and paying a little bit more up front to get something that you can use again and again that's also safer for you as well. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this video and that it gave you a few more ideas. And go ahead and share with us down below, what are your favorite plastic-free reusable things that you like to use to store food in the refrigerator or in the freezer, which, by the way, in case I didn't mention it, I do use these in the freezer as well, quite a bit. I have a lot of things frozen up, including lots of ginger in these. So I'm really happy with them. And don't forget to read the comments to get some more ideas from those, as well as opening up that description box by clicking on either show more right here if you're on a PC, or that little gray arrow right over here if you're on a smart device, to see any other videos and links that I'll be offering in there, and to also be able to access Magda's link to Cocoa Stripes, where she offers these great items here. All right, well, thanks for watching. Take care and God bless.